Hey YouTube, just a quick video today. I'm going to be working on the Pro 8 and gluing the magnets back on the flywheel. Let's go. Alright, so in my last video, or one of my last videos, I took the flywheel off and realized all the magnets popped off. I had never checked this tractor to see if it had the charging system was working. I just, it was just never something I checked on, and most of my tractors I always keep battery chargers on them, so it never had an effect on me. But because it fell off, I'm gonna glue them back on. So we're gonna use JB Weld, just like Terrell and Ralph and a few others. So I cleaned up the flywheel. It's all good to go. So I'm gonna, once I get the basically the magnets on, I'll let those harden and cure up, and then we'll just do a final paint on it. So what did I do? So just like in Terrell's video, I basically isolated the magnets. It was pretty easy on this one. So what I did was pretty easy. It helped out a lot just to kind of reconfirm some things if you're a little unsure on the process. But if they fall off on the tractor, which they did mine, they popped right off and stuck to the stator. I marked them before I took them off, so I kind of knew which set stayed with which set. So every other one I marked it with white, and the other ones I just left blank. So I've cleaned these up. So this is one set, this is another set. If you mix them, just like in Terrell's video and some of these other ones, so here's a magnet on the end of this Harbor Freight light. So I'm going to kind of keep it light in my hand, and it's basically, see how it's moving away. It definitely is repelling it. Go to this corner, kind of doing a repelling, and on this one too, it's repelling. This corner, boom, straight to it. Boom, straight to it. Boom, straight to it. All right. So the next thing is to figure out, okay, roughly where do I put them? I don't know if it makes a point, like if the starting point makes a difference. I don't know, but I marked them anyways. So basically, you can see in here, basically these are where the gaps were. You can see where it's a little rusty gap. There's a gap here. So I basically just took a file before I sanded this out. Took a file and put a little etch on these these spots here, so I kind of have a reference if I clean this up and I lose kind of my location, I have something. So that's one. So that's cleaned up. The next thing I did is I did a quick calculation. This is basically the diameter of this internal for this K181 is 6.125 basically. So the mags are 3 inches long on this outer curve right here. This is 3 inches. So 3 times 6 is 18. So 19. So this circumference, which is circumference is pi times diameter. So 3.1416 times 6 and 6.125 equals 19.24. 19.24 minus 18, which is basically 6 times 3, so it's 1.24. 1.24 divided by 6 is about 200 thou. So I'm going to grab something which I think one of these wooden sticks is about 200 thou. I can always measure it, but it's about a 200 thou spacing. So I'm going to clean all this up, and basically you'll see it after it's done. There's no need for me to show you any type of adhesive mixing or anything like that, but I'll just show these and hopefully show you the interim result prior to the end result. So I'll be right back. All right, so that wasn't too bad. The first one, I spread the JB Weld on the flywheel, and then I did the rest of them. I put it right on the magnet. I felt that was a little easier, and I could control how much actually went on it a little bit better, so hopefully everything's good. But as you can see, it's all spread out. They're all pretty uniform. They're all 200 thou down from the surface, because that's kind of like the mid. These are about 3/4 of an inch wide. It's like 1.15, and that's about 200 thou down from the surface to make it centered on the flywheel. So looks pretty good. I'll leave it, and we'll come back when it's fully hardened. All right, here we are, next day. It's not 24 hours later, but it's, you know, at least 12 to, no, it's more than 12. I think I painted it yesterday around 3 o'clock. So yeah, coming up on about 20 hours. Looks good. Everything's secure. I think that'll be fine right there. You know, it's sub-flush. Right after, you can just file it a little bit. But yeah, I'm happy with it. So now it's time for some paint. Let's go. All right, all done. You ready to go back on? But it's nice and just a quick paint job. Nothing crazy. Just to keep it from rusting some more. I'm not looking for any type of you know, contest quality. So all right, looks like that's it for this video. You hopping on this engine next video, probably pulling this off. And the reason I'm going to pull it off, I wasn't going to at first, but now I think I'm gonna do it just so I can get a good angle at the that screw over here that busted off, and I can probably then clean up that tab over in the corner that busted off as well. If I can, I have another bearing plate on order for a K 181, but it's not the same as this. The difference between this and most, which I have not seen on eBay, is that flange right here that the actual starter actually mounts to. Most mount off the block and have a tab that you mount on. This one does not. So if I switched that other one, I'd have to mount on there, which then I think interferes with the gas tank. So that means I would have to go to one of the square rectangular ones. So I want to see if I can save this one, because that's what's original to the tractor. So again, try to bomb that on there.